What is purpose? It is an answer to the question of the self-reasoning of our self-awareness, and if you were to ask me, I would reply with the earth-shattering answer, I don't know. And if you are on the hunt for one, know I am right next to you, trudging on in these clumps of time that we call life, which consist of obviously our lives. I would say, since the beginning of humanity's ability to understand that they think and therefore are, or now were, the search for the reason behind the fact that they are, or now were, existed with it. And another question I would assume came along with the greater question would be if the answer would be a subjective or an objective one. Is it one according to the subject, the individual, or one that could be a greater universal truth that could be applied to all? This search has been mostly one of the greatest qualities of the human condition, and I would say even those who refuse to embark on the journey still hold questions of their own, of their existence, when they look out to the stars at night. The fact that this search for an answer has always been a trait of ours does not mean answers have not been found, but rather there hasn't been an all-satisfying one. Through the years, religions, philosophers, ways of life have been sufficient for some, but for most, I would agree, have not been enough to feed the hunger for one that would bring a sense of fulfillment and closure. The hunger that gnaws at within, or some would say, our souls. I have my own hunger as well and my own search, as I mentioned before, but I believe just how everyone has their likes and dislikes, their hobbies and hatreds, just how a sweet apple pie attracts one so strongly and repulse another, yet the same, but yet in theory, that same apple pie would fill the hunger of both. Thus, I believe myself that the answer is more of a subjective one, and just how we each have our own hungers of our own for an answer, we still need to have one that tastes good as well, just like the apple pie attracted one while repulsing the other. Or we risk living a life of regret or a resentment of the present and an anxiety for the future. Why are we so inclined to look for a purpose to guide us? What is it that makes us feel incomplete without one? Understand that this comes first with a fear of wasting our most valuable resource, in which we cannot keep forever, and this is time. And secondly, we search for a purpose, so we know we have a purpose to even be, to exist, to be one. In our short existence, for some it brings a sense of dread and fear to think deeply on this, as we become aware of our ever-approaching expiration date, and with it, yearning for the point of it all. Why? If we're just going to return to the state that which we're in before our birth, a state of non-existence, a state in which we are not. So how do we avoid this? Well, the obvious answer would just be getting the answer, but then the question awaits on how the f*** do we actually go on to do that? Well, I don't know. I can't tell you, but I may have the hints on how to start. And first would be starting, and the second would be finding out what's right for you. Find what metaphorically tastes good for you, in which a good example would be art. Artists consume other artists' work to gain internal inspiration to create their own masterpiece, in which we can copy that and consume our own artists' work, or frankly, on our reason of being, to help flesh out our masterpiece, figuring our purpose for ourselves until we reach our final stroke of our final work, in which we call life. Examples of famous people's views on life and purpose could be Nietzsche's idea of self-overcoming, in which he believed our purpose was to take command of our existence, embracing our passions and our struggles to live life intensely as to courageously affirm our existence by striving towards growth over obstacles, or Albert Camus's view in which life is just inherently absurd and that we crave meaning yet the universe doesn't reciprocate. Learning about the views of renowned human beings' views on purpose could surely help you find your own, but you don't need to go that far. You could also, through retrospect, through humans around you, find hints of the answer for your families or your friends, or even strangers. In this video, I tried myself to go on an adventure through my small town to find views to help make my own, and to find out what is purpose.
Purpose means like something you want to do in life, you know, like something that you feel like compelled to do. No. Am I supposed to elaborate? Okay. Please stop looking at me. Sorry. I don't know yet. Done? My life's purpose is to, you know, like be happy and help people out around me, you know, and just make the world a better place. I really feel like that's my calling, you know?
Something that you, like a goal that you have to achieve. Something that, like, a reason to live. Yeah, that's what purpose means to me. That's it. But yeah, that's it. My life's purpose is to make, well, I guess suggest people to be kinder, to like just make it a kinder place.
Purpose is something that like just has like a certain drive for you to be doing in your life.
Next. What does the blue mean?
Next. Just have a good time. Next question. Yep.
Bullshit.
Because I believe that everybody is like just independent in their own way and does things differently. Like everyone's special in their own way.
Purpose, the thing that I'm aiming for, it's my goals. Like my driving force. I haven't really figured that out yet. I think everyone... No. I don't think everyone knows their purpose. I think everyone has a purpose. Everyone has like a role, but I don't think everyone knows what that is.
Propósito es una de las herramientas más importantes de la integridad de una persona. Propósito es lo que le da valor a cualquier concepto y a cualquier cosa que tú vas a hacer. Es el porqué. Y de hecho creo y considero que todo en esta vida tiene un porqué. Incluso con las cosas más pequeñas. Cuando tú decides, por ejemplo, colocar los platos en la cocina, en la parte de arriba, en el primer estante, eso es porque hay un propósito para eso. Y eso va en cualquier ámbito de la vida. Por ejemplo, cuando vas a decidir una carrera, cuando vas a decidir dónde vivir, cuando vas a decidir tantas cosas. Cuando decides el color, Cuando decides qué ropa te vas a poner en la mañana, siempre hay un propósito, un porqué. Y creo que no tendría sentido hacer las cosas sin un propósito.
Drive to do something. You didn't give me time to no, start it over. Start it over now. Stop! Start it over. Ask me the second question, bro. What is it? To get by. Yes, because you wouldn't be here if you didn't have a purpose.
I just started? Alright, Mom. What is purpose to you? What do you think purpose is?
Oh, this is a good question. Purpose to me is a thing that makes me continue to want to strive to do better for myself and others. It keeps me going.
Okay. What do you think? What is your purpose? What do you think your purpose is?
My purpose is to help develop authentic, joyful leadership in others.
Okay. And or do you think you make your own purpose, or do you think you're born with it?
I think your purpose blooms over your lifetime as you learn more about the world and about what unique gifts you have that the world could use.
Do you think your purpose changes over time?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you change over time.
Purpose. I think that's kind of a word, when I think of it, I kind of think of fulfillment. When I think of purpose, I think of big things. I think of, making moves in life that, lead me to success and to the next level. And I think that it's a good way to think about purpose in a positive connotation, because then your life is kind of limitless. You're really only set to what your mind thinks. And if you think that your purpose is to fail, then more likely than not, you're going to fail. So to me, purpose is kind of a boundary. And I try to push my purpose. I think my life's purpose is to have a great, loving family for as long as I can. I want a job not to be rich, but to make sure that I can take care of them. And to make sure that, I can have fun in my life, that I can live kind of stress-free. So, yeah, that's what I think my life's purpose is. I think everybody does have a purpose, but I don't think that should be intertwined kind of with fate. I think everybody does have a purpose, for sure. I think people's descriptions or definitions of purpose can be different, but I still believe that, people are going to do what they want to do, and the reason why I kind of follow purpose rather than fate is because purpose is something that you can change in your mind. You can have one purpose one day and another purpose the other day, whereas fate's kind of like you're set in stone what's going to happen, and I don't really believe that.
So, the question still stands. Purpose, what is it? Well, after my many interviews with my town, I learned that the answer may be different for everyone. Their experiences, their traumas, their memories, and their life in whole is what makes their identity and ultimately what they believe purpose is. I think what we can learn from this is to go find your purpose in life. Go live it. Go outside. Learn. Cry. Laugh. Be angry. And be happy. To first have a purpose, it's basically fact that you must find it first. I doubt anyone came out of the womb with their purpose in mind, and if you want to find yours, it's not going to happen sitting on your couch. Go out, find out things you never knew about yourself. And at the very least, at the end of this all, we following this advice would have lived our lives to our fullest and lived without regret.